Okay. And, just want to update everybody. I just came back from the United States. As you know, we went to Chicago and see my grandchildren. And I found that, wow, coming back from to Hong Kong, there's so many requirements, including proper forms you gotta have. You have to not only vaccinated, but you don't have that special form, you can get on board and you get denied. And I actually experienced a young chap in front of me, standing in line, kind of discussion with the flight stewardess and say, hey, please get me on board, da, 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 da. But on the other hand, at the end of the day, he was denied because even though he proper vaccinated with the negative vaccination, but the vaccination does not have the proper requirement document. And net result, he does not allow to be on board. So that means that he has to redo his entire sort of a reservation and then do whatever required to hook up again and do the test. The worst yet, if you go to Japan, because our flight from Hong Kong go all the way to, no, from Chicago, connecting into Tokyo, Narita. And in Narita, they will re-examine the forms again. So even though you are COVID-19 negative, within the 72 hours, with can able to actually have the proper vaccination and also proper testing show negative. But if the form did not comply to the Hong Kong entry requirement, then you are still denied to board. Now with that, you have to find a lab which has the right type of qualification with a specific ISO 22000, but it has a specific form that it shows, what it does is it has a particular health form in Hong Kong, and the form is called a CLIA lab certificate. If you don't have the CLIA lab certificate and it doesn't have that form, sorry, you can't be on board. And so even though your test is being correctly done, but you don't have this form, then sorry, that will be the case. Matter of fact, since we have a couple more minutes, I'll just show you what that means. I'll share this screen with you, and then maybe with that, you can see what I'm talking about. This is the form they require. And actually, to be honest, I don't have this form either when I went to the airport. And they said, hey, too bad you don't have this, you can't go on board. And lucky, I talked to the supervisor, it took half an hour. They finally gave me this form with the CLI identified number matching my lab test do have this number. So they said, okay, now you can go on board. So basically, that's what they do, okay? So keep in mind, don't have this form, hey, sorry, you can't do this, even though I will give you another slide. And actually, this slide is, see the lab here, it also have this ID number. And you have to have this on your lab test. So very complicated. It's not as simple as you think. So anyway, that was my very, exciting experience. It took an hour and a half to check in. On top of that, when I was in Japan, it took, that's about maybe a quarter-inch of document you have to complete. And so imagine that if I don't have anybody help me to fill, that would be kind of sad. So really, it's not something as so simple traveling. I just want to share with you. And actually, I did a video to help people out. The reason is because I had, this kind of sad experience in front of my eye where this young chap cannot be on board, even though he has the right test result, meaning negative or COVID, but he cannot go on board, return Hong Kong because he did it in a proper form. So anyway, but today webinar is really great. because a lot of people has asked, oh, you know, is really breakfast is that important? And a lot of people said, wow, okay, breakfast is important. And can I skip breakfast or eat very little breakfast or even no breakfast because I can lower my blood sugar? Now, I have to be honest to you, that doesn't work. And I will explain why today. And I think that will be a very good incentive to understand what it means of a good breakfast for diabetic or pre-diabetic. Okay. Hi, I'm Angela Lowsutea President. 你好。今日呢個題目係好特別嘅，因為好多糖友咧問我，喂，我血糖高喎，唔食早餐好唔好啊？或者食少啲早餐，咁咪血糖低啲咯。咁所以其實咧，呢個唔係一個好答案嚟嘅。其實呢個係變咗你係更加，你令到你血糖更加高。所以其實咧，我哋或者係要知道乜嘢要食咩早餐 OK 咧，或者係咩個好早餐 OK 咧。咁呢個咧係幫助你啊，最低限度咧。唔會令到你血糖高。咁我今日咧就係講呢個東西。So today is going to be a really educational, very fun webinar to help you better understand why it's important to have good breakfast. So I'm going to start off with this sharing with my slides here. And is anybody see the slide? Eugene, can you see the slide? Maybe you can give me a one, and if you will, okay, good. And Facebook is, I'll see it too. Okay, good. So breakfast is very important for diabetic and also pre-diabetic, to be honest. Okay, and today we're gonna have also another one very good recipe for egg muffins. Only 3 gram carbs, very delicious, high protein. You gotta try it because it's not only diabetic in it, anybody in it. My son-in-law love it. My daughter loves it. Everybody loves it because it's really tasty and it's extremely good. OK， 嗱，各位同學，今日咧我講咗個節目之後咧，你仲有一個好嘅咧，就係做一個叫做蛋嘅 muffins。蛋嘅 muffin 好容易做嘅，係有3 gram 嘅碳水化合物，所以係好正仔。所以希望大家中意啊。So just give me 5 minutes to catch up with. Because today I have people from Hawaii, from Los Angeles, Vancouver, Philippines, Hong Kong, quite a few number of people from Singapore and Malaysia, Indonesia. So I have a whole mix of people, and some people, the names I've not recognized, so they must be new. So I would like to just to catch up, to let people know that one, diabetes is a chronic disease. You don't get well. You have to continue to control, monitor it. Now, to be honest, I have a lot of customers come back. Oh, you know, I'm doing well, and thank you very much. You have helped me treat myself. I'll be drinking Lowsutea. I do good, and now my A1C is 5.7. Now I don't drink Lowsutea, and about a month and a half later, hey, Andrew, my blood sugar went back up. Absolutely correct. Diabetic doesn't get well. You only can able to control with your food, dieting, drinking Lowsutea continuously. You have to exercise. You have to do your blood tracking. You have to control your weight. All those has to be continued the rest of your life. That's the reason why we say we'll hold your hand throughout your life to actually help you to manage that disease. And with that, you will hopefully, you can lower your A1C below 6.4. Best you can go 5.7. And you might say, that's a difficult task. That's not true, because now I have lots of clients using Lowsutea and able to achieve 5.7. And some of them you go down to 5.2. Imagine that, 5.2, beating all of us, but they are good, okay? They are very cautious individual. Pre-diabetic is the same thing. There are more pre-diabetic people actually come to approach us because the medicine said, hey, you have no drugs to help you for pre-diabetic. You have to lower your blood sugar. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, and they have nothing. So they don't drink Lowsutea. The blood sugar continue to go up. In 3 years, they got converted. So more so in diabetic or pre-diabetic, you really got to have some method. Drink Lowsutea, exercise, weight control, measure your blood sugar once a week or once a month, at least understand where you're at. And so listen to the webinar and try to not to take any white food. And that is so important, because white food is the one that will gonna get you in trouble. Meaning that flour, all the bread, all the rice, all that thing. So you got to try to do that, okay? And then certainly forget about juice. Juice is bad. Juice is get up your sugar. So no juice. So that will be your really ultimate goal. 嗱，各位朋友，我每次都係講好多，因為今日好多不同朋友啦，我就唔知邊個啦，同埋佢有都係新加坡啊、馬來西亞嘅人啦，或者香港啦。咁其實好重要咧，糖尿病係永遠唔好嘅，只係要控制。控制咩啊？去做 exercise 啦，飲去糖茶啦，要去降低血糖。by 你個重磅啦，要度血啦，同埋咧，如果你係前期患病同糖尿病一式一樣要咁做，因為如果唔係咧，3年後你就改變，同埋好多前期患病咧係冇藥食嘅，冇藥食嗰啲人好慘，因為唔知點解，冇藥食喎，咁又冇控制喎，3年後佢變咗糖尿病，咁所以而家所謂食其實全部所有白粉咧，即係有麵粉啊、飯啊嗰啲係唔可以食咁多嘅。第二樣嘢。水果汁好緊要啊！果汁係好差，千祈唔好飲果汁。咁希望各位飲去糖茶，希望你控制到個血糖啦。咁其實糖尿病咧好重要係點得嚟嘅咧？有兩樣嘢嘅。第一，糖尿病咧個 cholesterol 上去之後咧，咁你咧就會同埋啲血咧糖血咧加埋晒好厚啦，咁變咗咧就好多呢啲咁嘅血塊咧變咗 plaque。咁樣令到第二個 stage 咧血嗰個血壓就上嚟啦。第三個 stage 咩都唔做咧，就喺前期患病啦。A1C 過咗5點去咗6.4以上啦。而家3年後咩都唔做咧，就糖尿病啦。好簡單嘅。So just to summarize, if you how to get diabetes, one lot of time is when your first LDL go up, your cholesterol mixed with your thick blood sugar. Then you're going to form plaque on your vessels all over the body. By the way, it is not only one place, all over the body. Your plaque will form. So net result, your blood pressure goes up. That's second stage. And the third stage, anything you don't do, you become a pre-diabetic. Then your blood sugar will go, your A1C will go to about around 5.7, 6.4. If you do not change your lifestyle, continue to do that, you know what? You will become a diabetic in 3 years. And that is the stage. Now, how Lowsutea can help you is the following. One, because we have guava leaves, block sugar, get into the vessels. Then next, it will bitter melon and take sugar into the cells. And basically, it's really cool because even though you have a lot of insulin, the insulin might be resistant. And you have to have a bitter melon booster insulin to take the sugar into the cells. On top of that, bitter melon dump the sugar out from urine and also the salt and the cholesterol out to urine. So you have a bunch of activities dumping sugars out. So net result, your sugar come down. If you don't drink Lowsutea, what can happen? You don't have that effect. I found that myself because I tested many times. I found a lot of customers, same thing. If they don't drink Lowsutea, blood sugar can go up. 嗱，好簡單。如果你係即係飲緊去糖茶，點解會咁鬼 effective 嘅咧？第一就係因為佢有個 guava leaf block 啲糖，食咗嘢之後 block 啲糖入去你血管裏邊。第二樣嘢就算有糖血管裏邊咧，你胰島素唔夠咧 ，bitter melon 咧係好似一個胰島素俾你咁樣係放啲糖入翻去個細胞裏邊。仲有一個好特別嘅胰島素係將啲尿咧喺個尿嗰度糖掉咗出嚟 ，cholesterol 掉咗出嚟，鹽掉咗出嚟，所以好多人咧。飲咗去糖茶，腳腫都唔見埋，同埋啲糖真係降低。So really at the end of the day, bitter melon has a super effective. A lot of people drank Lowsutea, actually they end up as no swelling of the ankle. So that's really good. Now you don't do anything, what could happen? Some of your problem will come in your stroke. You might have stroke, you have cataract, lose your sight, or your eye become blurred, your pancreas will be damaged. You have risk of heart attack, nerve damage, blood pressure damage, blood pressure go up, so you might have stroke and damage oil vessel. If you get infected, you get amputation, and then because of high blood pressure and also glucose damaging your vessels, then you have maybe your kidney will damage, you might need dialysis. And then 30% of people who are diabetic have no sex life because the nerve damage affected your sex life. And also you have a complication of pregnancy. So all those things can be controlled if you lower your blood sugar. Simple thing, lower your blood sugar. 嗱，各位堂友，如果你乜嘢唔做咧，真係好大問題啦，有中風嘅風險啦，眼盲啦，你胰島素唔夠啦，或者你嘅胰臟會損毀啦，心臟病啦，神經系統損壞啦，又血壓高啦，血壓高之後仲有令到你血管破壞啦，仲有斬咗隻腳啦，如果你有發炎嘅話，或者洗腎啦，仲有咧性功能冇咗30%，糖尿病係冇咗性功能嘅。咁其實我哋公司咧好重要有5個 program 咧，教你去點飲祛糖茶食嘅啲低碳水化食物啊，我哋有個exercise program 啊，亦都教你點去控制你磅數啊。我依家每個禮拜都講 webinar 啦，同埋你點去 track 你啲 blood sugar。最後希望你係 A1C 跌到5.7。同埋咧，仲有我哋好多糖友咧，如果佢嘅 blood sugar 係高嘅，我希望佢降低咗之後咧，如果佢前期嘅，佢唔會變咗糖尿病。如果佢糖尿病者佢低咗糖咧，佢冇任何嘅糖尿嘅併患症，咁啊幾好係咪 ？So our heart is not trying to sell you some tea. Our heart is basically help you to lower your blood sugar even you're pre-diabetic, prevent you postpone yourself to be a conversion to be a diabetic from pre-diabetic. And if you're diabetic already, we delay your complication with our 5 program, drop your A1C from 10 plus all the way 5.7. Now, a lot of people are eating medication, even doing insulin. The A1C continue to be high because their insulins are very resistant. Plus, they might not do proper diet control. So we teach you about diet control, we teach you about exercise, we teach you weight control, do your doctor webinar, and also daily blood tracking, delay your blood sugar all the way down to 5.7. Now, this is something that you can actually go into our website. You can see all these programs here, and we will talk about it continuously. You can call us or send a letter to us. We can help you to answer a question. So that's what we do. Now, so we go on to today's webinar and breakfast, why so important for diabetes. Now, many diabetic patients was wondering, well, should I have no breakfast or very little breakfast because my blood sugar is high the night before? Now, a lot of people can see this and they ask the same questions. 有好多糖友啊 by the way 溫戒節咧就度咗之後我都幾 OK 啊，我都係6啫，但起身嗰時8喎，7點幾喎，咁佢話哇，如果咁我唔食早餐好唔好啊？或者食好少早餐好唔好啊？好少糖。So 呢個唔係一個好答案，應該話俾你點解。So the reason why people actually ask that question is very interesting. The night before they go sleep, they measured the blood sugar was about 90 or 100 or 8. No, sorry, or 6 or 120, 120 or below 120. So it's a good measure level, because they're either 6 or 120 or 150. Good blood sugar level. But when they get up, they say, wow, my blood sugar is 8 or 140 already. So it's high. So should I skip breakfast because I don't bring my blood sugar lower? And so, or eat very little breakfast. So today we're going to talk about what is the reason for that. And secondly, is it a good idea to do that? The studies show that actually it's not a good idea. If you have a big breakfast, even though your blood sugar is slightly high at that time, maybe 140, you should still eat a big breakfast because you can, the studies show decrease the fasting blood sugar, go from 161 to about 107 because your body also produces some insulin. On top of that, the reason why the body boosts the sugar up is because the body says, hey, you are ready to go up, to go fight, work. So the body will convert the sugar ready for you to fight. So net result, your natural body requires sugar will come up. And that result, you will start getting more sugar. That's the reason why your blood sugar goes up. Now, if you don't eat anything to basically continue to give you a better sugar sort of monitor or satisfy, you have some consequences come on later. I will talk about what happened. but at least the studies show the people who ate, the blood sugar become better and stable from base 8.9 to drop down 5.9, and then they 161 to 107. But if the control group, on the hand, show that they become 160, they stay still 141, or 9.1 is still 7.8. So really show that eating breakfast does help to maintain better blood sugar. The thing is, if you eat big breakfast, the also studies show the insulin requirement less, you are less hungry, you're less craving of food, and the control group is show that there need to be more insulin, and food craving is even more, and you get more hungry, and really not good. So today, the webinar will give you the insight why this happened. 嗱，各位朋友，個實驗嚟計到咧，就係如果你食個大啲嘅早餐，唔係冇食早餐，血糖咧係會由8.9去5.9嘅。如果唔食早餐嗰啲人咧，其實血糖仲高啲，9.1至7.8。如果佢食咗早餐咧，佢用嘅 insulin， 如果打 insulin 係仲少咗嘅，同埋好似係唔會咁肚餓啦，亦都唔會有需要多啲 insulin 嘅。其實就咁今日嘅 webinar 喺度教你係點解會係咁。Okay, so today the webinar is a real good webinar to help you to have a better understanding. Actually, eating breakfast is an important thing. Now, certainly, what is a good breakfast? We will show you how. Okay. Now, for sure, the diabetic studies show that the client eating last breakfast use less insulin, improve blood sugar. On top of that, they even show they have lost more pound weight. Instead of the one who does not do that, they only lost 3 pounds. But the one who do that has lost 11 pounds. So it is a better way to do it, okay? So large breakfast. So 如果啲人咧，如果係食咗早餐大早餐嘅話咧，就算減磅啊，其實佢減磅咧都多啲嘅，11磅versus 3磅，所以其實食早餐係 OK 嘅嚇，同埋用嘅 insulin 少咗 ，blood sugar 好啲。So the large breakfast for diabetic clients, why is that? Why you need a large breakfast diabetic client? First of all, if you don't have a large breakfast, you will not feel full, that you eat more. So large breakfast help you to decrease hunger. And then you also, because you have a larger breakfast, you improve diet quality. In other words, you get more absorption, better absorption of protein. And then also improve insulin sensitivity, improve glucose tolerance, decrease blood lipid. And then you can also decrease the total energy intake because you have better absorb the food and better utilize all the food process. That's why it's very important to have a large breakfast. OK， 各位朋友，點解大嘅早餐對糖尿病者係重要嘅？因為糖尿病者食咗大早餐嘅話咧，你有好處咧，就會係有好多人唔會覺得肚餓啦，亦都唔會去食多啲嘢啦。同埋咧，你食嘅嘢係好啲嘅原因咧，咁你啲protein 啊，你蛋白質係 absorb 好啲啦，同埋 insulin 又唔會用得好多啊，你冇一個好抗拒 insulin 多啲喎，咁同埋咧亦都係加得好嘅糖入你身體裏邊啦，同埋亦都因為食嘅好嘢啊，咁你唔會食咗 chips 啊嗰啲東西咧，咁你唔會有好多油啊嗰啲 lipid 啊 fat 啊 absorb 落去啦，所以 as a whole 嚟講咧係對你身體好啲嘅。So what is considered good breakfast? Now, this is something you should take a picture because good breakfast is one thing. You really have to have about 30 to 45 gram carb as a diabetes or pre-diabetic. Your carbs has to be around that one, so you allotted enough 50 gram carb for your lunch and 50 gram carbs for your dinner or 60 gram carbs for dinner. But you need to allot at least 30 to 45 gram carbs for breakfast. Now, this is something that a lot of people do not know how much to do. They might don't even know what is the amount of carbs will be good. So really, then if you can get 30 to 45 gram or 30 gram carb, it's excellent. It's good stuff, okay? But for sure, you really should not eat a lot of so-called white toast and pancake. Now you on pancake, I have give you a keto pancake or also a waffle, which you use almond flour, you can use, but they only about 9 gram carb max. So you can do that. And on top of that, you need protein. And a protein, you need to have good protein like eggs. And you said, wow, I might not want to have a lot of egg yolk. No problem. Eat egg white. You can do egg white. It's okay. And you can also get the protein and less carb. And that is important. And then you can also use Canadian bacon. Instead of regular bacon because less fat. And then you have low fat milk. Now, milk is important because a lot of people don't know milk. Actually, milk has not all milk the same. A lot of companies make milk. They also have a lot of milk with so-called sugar inside. Excuse me a moment. Just excuse me. So, in saying that, if you drink milk, you make sure the milk say that is 3 gram carb per cup because they don't put so much sugar. And the milk is it good quality? It's still very good quality, only thing less sugar. And you gotta do that. I didn't know until I start being a pre-diabetic and start looking at all the different milk. And I said, oh my goodness, some milk is 15, 18 because they're a lot sweet. But some of the milk are actually 3 gram carb. If you think that your milk is really too much, you can do almond milk. It's 1 gram carb. In the United States, you can buy from Costco, Safeway, all the different things. You have 1 gram carb almond milk. I bought it myself when I was in Chicago. It was delicious. And I have enjoyed that almond milk. It's wonderful. So buy it from Costco, very cheap. And so also any kind of low-fat dairy good. And look for the carb because the dairy could be carb present too. And you have to have beans, proteins, any kind of beans were good in the morning. And nuts would be good. In other words, you have Greek yogurt, cheese. You can put some almond nuts in there. You can put some, different kind of nuts to add it to your taste of your breakfast. It would be delicious. And then you have avocado. Now, avocado just some fruit. Get in is a very creamy avocado to enhance the taste. So really, at the end of the day, if you think about it, diabetics have lots of stuff to do, and they will be very, very nice, lovely breakfast. And to be honest, when I started off, I like to have the sweet. And pretty soon, you know what? When I did all this, I don't miss it anymore. I still have a wonderful breakfast, have some yogurt, some low-fat milk, and things with some nice fruit. Wow, it's so delicious. And my carb was less than 30 carbs. It's about 20 something. So I have a little more for my lunch and dinner. So really, at the end of the day, when you think about it, you can have a wonderful breakfast with all these things. 嗱，各位朋友，其實你問下咧，最緊要咧，你每日咧喺早餐咧唔好食大概30至45個 gram 嘅碳水化合物，其實咧就唔好食白嘅麵包啦，或者食 pancake 啊，用麵粉做嘅啦。如果真係要食 pancake，揾啲 almond flour， 即係含有麵粉去用嘅東西，我都有幾個前期嘅recipe 教你點做啦。如果你冇咧，你問我俾你。咁其實咧有蛋啦，成隻蛋啦，蛋係好嘅 protein 嚟㗎，同埋咧有 egg white 啦。咁最後咧，你可以買啲 Canadian bacon 咧，就冇咁多肥啦。好似 ham 咁嘅 ham 都得㗎，其實一樣嘅啫。咁牛奶好緊要啦，因為牛奶 low fat， 但係裏邊好多糖嘅。有啲 low fat 嘅牛奶咧，即係低肥嘅牛奶咧，係 1% 咧，又係要令到個 taste 或者好啲咧，佢加15克嘅碳水化合物嘅，哇！咁就15克 gram carb 喎。咁你要睇翻呢啲嘢先得。咁 beans 咧好緊要啦 ，beans 亦都好多 protein 啊。尤其是 nuts 啦 ，almond nuts 係好嘅，早餐咧加 almond nuts 加 yogurt 啊，又或者 cheese 啊 avocado 咧就好食啦。所以你令到你早餐係好舒服、好正仔，同埋好即係令到你係好開心嘅。So really at the end of the day, when you put real good menu together, you can really enjoy breakfast. Are so wonderful, and you can see life is not that gray or blue, if you will, as a diabetic. On top of that, you can have other good breakfast items like whole grain cereal, like oatmeal. I take oatmeal all the time. It's delicious. I put some nuts in there, almond nut. It's delicious. And also on top of that, you can put some vegetable like fiber with celery. One of the vegetable is very good, jicama. You cut it in pieces, you put it in there. It's so delicious. Plus, you can get some cherry tomatoes, zucchini. Put it up together. You can put put it in a cereal or put it into as a dip with hummus, with bean dip. So low carb, low calorie dressing. You have also get some fruits like blueberry, apples, and certainly very important. Drink Lowsutea, 250 ml, 2 cups, one before your breakfast, one during and after breakfast. If you drink a little more, it's okay. Absolutely, you can drink a little more. Some of a lot of my customers say, hey, in the morning, I drink almost like 700 ml. It's fine. If you can able to drink more, that's okay. It brought down their blood sugar, and then lunch, they can drink just same amount. It's okay too. Because especially if you go out to a big lunch, you should drink one more bag of Lowsutea to help you lower the blood sugar. It's all natural. You can do it. As long as you can able to bring down blood sugar, you can be good. And I do that quite often, actually, to be honest, because like if I have a big lunch, I know I have a big lunch, I will bring one additional bag of Lowsutea for me to go brew it there and drink it. And you know what? The blood sugar went up to, about 8 or 9. It come back down real fast. I mean, you go up to about 150, 160. It come down real fast back to 110, 115 level. So you can actually see that go up, come back down. Because when you eat, your blood sugar definitely will go up to about 7. Since we are diabetic is the same. And then we'll come back down to somewhere in the neighborhood 120 or 115, or you call 614. That's really perfect. 嗱，其他嘅好嘅食物咧，就係有 oatmeal 啦，即係你要食啲 oatmeal 嘅時候咧，最緊要食啲 oatmeal 咧唔會有呢個糖嘅 oatmeal 啊，因為如果有糖好正仔，咁亦都可以食好多菜蔬啊，好似西芹啊、cherry tomato zucchini 啊，咁呢有個 dip 咧，有 hummus dip 啦，有 bean dip 啦，呢啲係好正嘅。dressing 唔好咁多啦，要 low calorie dressing 啦，同埋可能有啲係好嘅生果，唔係好多 carb 嘅，好似 blackberry 或者係 blueberry apple 咁係好正，因為 apple 係一個 low glycemic index 嘅 fruit 嚟嘅。咁最緊要飲去糖茶，去糖茶咧就係飲250 ml，你食飯之前或者食飯後，咁變咗嚟講咧，你就可以能夠幫助你咧係可以降低血糖。如果你去一個食個大餐，要入住飲多一包去糖茶嘅，咁就好快脆將糖咧好高，即刻跌翻落嘅。So when you eat a big meal, it's important to drink a little more Lowsutea to help you lower your blood sugar. That'll be very helpful. Now, what you want to avoid? What you want to avoid is really avoid fruit juice. Tell you, fruit juice is going to help you. It's going to just jack up your blood sugar. And do not take fruit juice like orange juice and stuff like that, because that will spike your blood sugar very high. And you want to cut that off, especially any kind of very sweet fruit juice. That is something that you really want to cut off. And secondly, you don't want to do any big bagels or white powder bread, which is high carb. So you got to eat very dark brown bread with a lot of whole wheat bread. That's okay. Because I was in the United States, went to Safeway, and there's some company come out with the bread, they're low carb, and the carb say is 5 grams or 3 grams. And I think they are very good at sourdough bread. And I don't know how they do it, but it tastes very good. I toast it, I put butter over it. Wow, it's very delicious. But 3 gram carb to 5 gram carb is a good bread. And they are that available. You have to ask for it. That's all. 嗱，各位朋友，千祈早餐唔好飲果汁啦，因為果汁就麻麻地嘅，因為果汁咧幫助你咧，其實咧就令到你個血糖會高嘅。第二樣嘢唔好食嗰啲所謂嘅白麵包嘅東西啦 ，any 白嘅麵包都唔正仔。咁所以希望咧唔好食呢啲東西，同埋咧有陣時咧有啲甜嘅果汁千祈唔好制。So really at the end of the day, if you can cut out the real sweet juice, that will be very, very helpful. Now, when you skip breakfast, is that a good idea? Absolutely not a good idea. The reason why you skip breakfast is not a good idea because you'll be hungry. That's for sure. You'll be hungry. When you are hungry, you know what? The body will say, hey, I'm hungry, man. I gotta pump more sugar to satisfy my blood sugar because you need the body automatically respond. And the way to do it is they're going to pump up the sugar from where? Fat, from your liver. So that result, your body sugar goes up. Now, because of that, you're hungry. You also provoke one more thing. You're going to eat more because you're hungry. And you're not going to maybe potentially not eating healthy, unhealthy food. Like, for example, a lot of time we're hungry. We have no snack and prepare for you. So you know what? You're going to eat cookies. You're going to eat chips. You get all kind of this stuff. Bang, your blood sugar goes up. I tell you, we hit ourselves all the time. To be honest, I hit myself all the time. Because I lucky have an ability. I found that I'm hungry. You know what? I start eating cookies. I eat 2, 3, 4 cookies. My blood sugar go up to, over 140, 160 because of that 4 pieces of cookies. And so blood sugar goes up to about 8 or 9 because of the cookies. And so then I have to drink a lot of Lowsutea to bring back down. But that's a catch-22. So do not try to play that kind of game. As you don't want to, you don't want your blood sugar to be yo-yo. You have to get your blood sugar to continue to be, very nice level, although go up, but come out fast and stay the same. So if you need snack, have some prepared snack like celery in there, ice pop, you want something to chew on, you can do that as good fiber. So do not get yourself hungry and get food because you get your liver, and that's not a good strategy, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，因為你肚餓嘅時候咧，你第一個身體就會自己去反應嘅，就係噴啲糖喺度嚟，喺個乾嘅噴啲糖出嚟啦。喺 muscle 嗰啲糖出咧，仲有喺 fat 嘅旁邊度，嗱3樣嘢都唔正仔嘅。咁你唔想令到呢樣嘢，同埋仲有一樣嘢，當你好餓嘅時候，有個好大問題咧，就係你會食多好多嘢。第二個食好多嘢，當然食嘅嘢未必一定咁 healthy 嘅。好多時啲人係食幾嚿麵包或者食幾個餅乾，因為開始有時覺得好似手震啊。咁當你做呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，你就 end up 咗就一樣嘢咩事啊？你個血糖高咗，好似我食好多時都 fall into 個 trap 嘅，食咗4塊餅乾啫，但係個血糖都去到9啊10啊嗰啲咁東西，咁啊唔正仔，你唔想去，咁又有血糖茶落翻嚟，要飲多啲血糖茶落翻嚟，咁變咗嚟講係一個唔正當嘅東西啦，所以希望咧唔好 skip breakfast， 或者食好少 breakfast， 最低要食翻隻雞蛋啊嗰啲東西係會 good 嘅 ，OK？ So if you really thought that, hey, I'm rushed, I can make breakfast, eat a hard-boiled egg is still better than don't eat nothing, okay? So the strategy getting good breakfast, what do? I mean, a lot of people say, hey, how I'm going to really enjoy a good breakfast? I can tell you a good breakfast can be delicious. Look at the picture. A couple of eggs I can prepare, and there are things that I can prepare the night before. You can actually have all these things prepared the night before. Next morning, you can just open the saran wrap with your breakfast and ham and all that. Now you're ready to eat. You want to enjoy the breakfast with fun, and then now you can drink Lowsutea, have a good breakfast, and then you get you have the whole thing could be really set up a stage that is give you a positive, wonderful feeling before you go to do anything you want. 各位朋友，其實咧早餐咧好多早餐係你知道佢忙咧，你可以夜晚搞掂嘅。其實揾一碟烚咗雞蛋，好似呢個圖咁樣，加啲 ham 落去，加菜落去，加啲 avocado， 哇幾正啊！而家呢個咧係總共咧加埋晒都唔夠20個 gram 個 carb， 咁你咪可能夠一個好 enjoy breakfast，朝頭早搣開嗰個保鮮紙，搞掂可以食啦，同埋好 enjoy，慢慢欣賞。So actually, in a way, in the morning, you can really able to get everything done night before. You don't have to prepare ahead of time. And then next morning, you just open it from a ceramic. You can enjoy the breakfast, and especially drink a hot cup of Lowsutea or iced Lowsutea. It's okay. Enjoy, or even a cup of coffee, that's fine. With Lowsutea afterwards is okay too. So you can enjoy a good breakfast. A lot of people actually before night, they actually prepare the breakfast and know how much gram carbs they will take already. So it's good to have that practice. 嗱，好多堂友咧，其實咧夜晚未瞓覺之前咧 prepare 咗個早餐咧，其實係好嘅，因為佢知道聽日朝頭早我食乜嘢，同埋咧已經知道我有幾多 gram carb 喺度㗎啦。咁呢個係一個好嘅習慣，因為呢個 don't forget 啊，我係糖尿病或者前期患病喺個 lifelong disease 成世都係咁喎。咁你唔可以係去揀或者去點啊？即係唔記得咗喎，又要好急喎，咁你佢自己好 frustrate 就唔好啦。OK， so every day if you plan ahead, this will be wonderful feeling, and also you can enjoy your life so much better. So take a picture of this because I think this is going to be a good picture. This is product. This is a glycemic product, which is show you if you eat low GX food, you can see 2 hours, your blood sugar doesn't spike. If you eat high index food, your blood sugar spike very high and come back down. That's not what you want. You want to have low and come back down. So you want to have everything that you have to have vegetable. Remember, I said that we have a plate planning. Half is vegetable, 1/4 is your protein, 1/4 is your carbs item. So that result of that, you basically are all well balanced. So in here, it also say 2 portions of vegetable, 1 portion of protein, 1 portion of carb. Basically, it's a similar method. But with that, you can always influence your blood sugar without going spiking. You going that. So everybody, please take a picture. We'll get back to you in 1 second just to. Okay, so everybody will able to take a picture, please. This will be a good picture for you to give you some guide. You can see apple, cherry, black, blueberry, all these pears, all these are low glycemic index. Now, by the way, when I was quarantined for 1 week, I eat all these things, blueberry, apple, pears. Hey man, was good. My blood sugar hardly goes up. I have eggs, all those things are granola, all those things are there. Guess what? No elevated sugar. Wow, that is super. So take a picture of this. The worst thing you want to do is, like I know a lot of people from Hawaii, they can eat egg tart. That is no good, man. That is go bring up your blood sugar, bang, you know. I had a lot of bad experience with that one. A lot of people didn't realize that is not good stuff. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try to look at all the stuff in the green area. If you have a difficult take a picture, take this picture is the most important. Fish is excellent. Lean pork is excellent. White bread is excellent. I mean wheat bread. Sorry, wheat bread, not white bread. Wheat bread that is no good. The white bread is no good. Wheat bread is good. And dark brown wheat bread is even better. So try to take all that and then we'll take a picture. Now I have a Chinese picture too, so I would switch to the Chinese one. And for Hong Kong people, can you take a picture here, please? So you can. 嗱，香港嘅朋友一定要去個低升糖嘅食物啦。喺呢度咧，唔該你影一張相。記住咧，我哋食嘅係1份菜，2份菜，1份係個碳水化合物，1份咧係你個蛋白質。咁呢個咧係最好就係同呢樣，因為你想個 GI 咧，你個 low index 咧上去1個小時樓都係已經降翻低，冇指個嘣一聲上去。蛋撻唔正仔，唔好食蛋撻，白麵包唔好正，最好食呢係有麥嘅麥包啊。 德麥包啊，好正 ，OK， 咁啊唔該影一張相，呢個幫助你咧係控制你嘅血糖嘅。嗱，影一相各位同學 ，so take a picture for the Chinese group. I hope that they will help you to understand that. So, in conclusion, breakfast is a very important for any diabetic client because with that, you want to maintain a better blood sugar level. You don't want to go up, come back down, or you want to go up and go on, tune it up. You want to really, a large breakfast actually give you better diet quality, decrease your hunger. That's the reason why you need a big breakfast. It reduces your provoke you to eating more unhealthy snack. Like for example, I'm hungry, I eat more cookies, or it's bad. And then it also decreases your total energy intake. So really very important to take a good big breakfast. On top of that, your carbs on a breakfast in each morning should be about 30 to 45 gram carbs with good protein, with low glycemic fruits like apple, blueberry, and more fibers. Unfortunately, no more pancake. If you need pancake, we'll give you an almond pancake. And no more white bread, no sweet juice, and no sweet fruits. So you want fruits, take blueberry, avocado, those are good stuff. And you don't want to skip breakfast. And also allow more time to enjoy breakfast so you can make breakfast a wonderful cheering up for you. So you can say, I will prepare my energy for the day. That would be really good. And last but not least, you have to drink a Lowsutea to help to lower your blood sugar so you can maintain a very steady low blood sugar along the day. 各位堂友，好重要咧就係第一，唔好唔食早餐，因為唔食早餐咧，你食咗早餐之後，第一咧，如果食好多好嘅大嘅早餐之後咧，你能夠令到你自己咧提高個飲食嘅質量啦 ，absorption 好啲啦，你唔會肚餓啦。亦都唔會令到你會覺得哇肚餓刺激，你食多啲嘢啦，同埋唔食多啲嘢嘅時候咧，好多時候你食個餅乾朱古力咁變咗嚟講咧，最後咧就令到你血糖高噏啦。咁其實咧就令到亦都減少咗能量嘅入去啦。咁呢啲嘢全部係好嘅。第二樣嘢就你係每日要食30至45個碳水化合物嘅早餐唔好食多，係食少個啦，最緊要。咁有時候咧，你要食好多叫好質素嘅蛋白質啦、低糖嘅水果啦，或者纖維啦，就唔可以食 pancake 或者白麵包啲咁嘅嘢，就係甜嘅水果同埋甜嘅果汁就唔好飲啦。咁千祈唔好唔食早餐，因為唔食嗰啲好多問題出現咧，就係你會hunger嗰啲咁嘅嘢咧，令到你血糖亂咁上去嘅。咁最好咧就係食早餐嗰時更加係好啲 prepare 啦，多啲時間去食啦，唔好咁趕啦，去 enjoy， 因為 enjoy 早餐令到你成身個身體嘅態度咧都唔同咗嘅。咁嗰日咧就準備哇好正嘅嘛，幾開心，有咁好早餐食，能夠令到你咧成個生活個形狀個態度身心快樂，咁幾開心啊！咁最後啦就係飲去糖茶咧，幫助你降低血糖。So all that is so important to help you to lower your blood sugar, drinking Lowsutea, maintain your whole day blood sugar will be perfect. So today we have a very good recipe to help you to make egg muffins. Now, egg muffin is a really good recipe because that is also good for anybody. Don't have to be diabetic, but anybody will go for it. It's so easy, about 5-10 minutes to prepare. All you gotta do is have some chopped up spinach, cherry tomato 1 cup, some spring onion half a cup, and some bacon half a cup. You can put Canadian bacon, you can put ham, you can put whatever you want to put in a meat pot, up to you. You get 1 cup of broccoli, you got half a cup of cheddar cheese, 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, basically chino cheese, actually this is spelled wrong, cheese, mozzarella cheese, and then 10 eggs with salt and pepper, and you bake it for 170 degrees C to 250 Fahrenheit, and you bake it 20 to 25 minutes. It's so easy. It's very, very easy to make. So I will, you can buy all that item is all in regular supermarket. It's not easy to, not very hard to get them. 嗱，各位同學，呢個係一個好好嘅muffin 嘅食物啦，容易做嘅。你要買啲菠菜啦，切碎佢，cherry tomato 一杯啦，一啲葱啦，又半杯啦 ，bacon 啦，或者係有啲 ham 啦、火腿啦，咁亦都有啲broccoli 啦，一個 broccoli 一杯啦，cheddar cheese 啦，half cup 啦。mozzarella cheese 係 half cup 啦，而埋一個10隻雞蛋，咁然後咧就焗咧喺170度 C 或者250度 Fahrenheit 22分鐘。So take a picture of the recipe. It's going to be a very good one. You can try it. It's so easy to do. I think this recipe is so good. I love it. And it's so good. So anyway, take a look, and we will play the video now. Hi, I'm Andrew Lowsutea, president. Hey, it was so good now to see you again this week. And you know what? A lot of our customers say, hey, Andrew, you know, we had all these good recipes last time we made, you know, with lunch, with dinner. You know, how about give you some more breakfast recipe? Because breakfast is such an important, you know, day that you can able to start off and make sure your blood sugars are being normal. Because you eat your breakfast, but I need breakfast with no carb. Okay, so I say yes, we can do that. 各位朋友，我係 Andrew 啦，Lowsutea president 你好。嗱，好多糖友咧就話俾佢聽，喂，你同我搞咗我哋好多，即係食晏晝啊，食dinner，咁但係哇，原來我仲要需要啲嘢咧係好正嘅早餐，令到即係人生都舒服啲啦，啱嘅。因為咧，其實咧。一個糖尿患者啫，應該咧淨係要食哇好簡單嘅，其實呢個係好多。今日教你煮嘅嘢係3 gram carb. Today we'll teach you the eggs Benedict is only 3 gram carb, so it is really a very wonderful dish, and you're gonna enjoy this really wonderfully. So what I have ingredient here is we have spinach, 1 cup. We have cherry tomato, 1 cup, and it's also half a cup of onions. And then with bacon, about half a cup, half ham, and also 1 cup of broccoli. And then we have cheddar cheese and also mozzarella cheese. Very simple. Plus, we have 10 eggs. We'll beat the 10 eggs until it really becomes smooth. You put it in a mixing bowl, and then you can make that. So I'll show you how to do that. 其實好簡單嘅，材料裏面咧有 spinach 啦，有 tomato 啦，有 onion 啦，即係葱啦，切碎咗佢一級嘅 tomato， 1 cup 嘅 spinach， 1 cup 嘅杯嘅呢個葱。咁仲有咧就係有bacon 啦，同埋呢個火腿。咁仲有咧 broccoli， 咁同埋咧啲 cheddar cheese 同埋 mozzarella cheese， 咁最緊要10隻雞蛋，發咗佢，再加 salt and pepper，OK， salt and pepper， 咁就搞掂㗎啦，係咁多。So very simple. Let me show you the first thing we do. So I put the broccoli into here, okay, half a cup, you know, like that, and then I put some, you know, bacon here, okay. Now, okay. A little more, okay, and then that's it. And I will put another one to mix another variety. Put this one, okay. I put this in here. This is the spinach. I put some of the onions, a little bit more, some cherry tomato. Okay, you can see how nice. And I will put a little bacon, okay, just to be a little bit bacon, okay. So now I have 2, okay. Now I'm going to put another one like this, with this, also broccoli too. Again, this one broccoli, a lot of broccoli, very, very nice. Some ham. I put a little ham or mix it, doesn't matter. And that's it. And then I will put another one. Let's see. I will put this in here. into here, into a little more vegetable. It's very simple. Now you can mix some more actually, but I'm gonna stay at this stage. Some ham, so we got a little bit make it interesting. With the ham in this one too. Okay, now, I will put a little more here. Okay, good. Now we do that, and what we'll do is just pour the egg, and then we'll put the cheese in, some of the cheese into here. Some cheese. Put the cheese in here. Okay, and we'll put some mozzarella cheese in this one. Some mozzarella cheese in there. Now here's some extra because we have more to go. And all you do and put the eggs into it. 嗱，咁擺咗 cheese， 擺咗bacon， 擺咗所有嘅 ingredient 咧，咁你就可以擺啲雞蛋落去啦。好容易啊！ OK， you see how easy？ 好簡單。OK， wow， this is so good。OK， 差唔多啦。嗱，我哋未煮嘢之前咧，最緊要咧就要擺啲olive oil 喺個 pan 底下，咁就唔會塞住。OK，so before you cook, you put some olive oil onto this bowl. That's it, and then you can go from here. Now, all we do from here is just put the egg into the oven, 170 degrees C, to bake it 20 to 25 minutes. 嗱，做晒之後咧，我就擺呢個成套嘢入去嗰個oven。咁 oven 咧就係大概焗呢個20至25分鐘，170度。Okay, so 350 degrees C, and also will be 170 degrees C, and or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so we'll go from here. That's all we'll do. Okay, good. So we'll go big it now, and then we'll go from here. We'll turn on the camera, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. See you later. Hi, I'm Angela Lowsutea, president. You know what? The oven just ding, and then now I take the egg muffin out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when we make the egg muffin, you can actually make it any style. You can put ham, you can put bacon, you can put broccoli, you can put spinach, you can get the cherry tomatoes. You can put all kinds of things in it just with the eggs. Beat the egg well and then put it in there and bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. So I bake it about 25 minutes at 170 degrees C or 350 degrees C. And after that, you let it cool off in about 10 minutes. Then now you can switch that into a plate. So the muffin is look like just a real muffin. Anyway, put it here. It's so good. I'll show you a little way how to do it. Hi, 各位朋友，我係 Angela Lowsutea president。啱啱個焗爐就叮，搞掂咗出嚟。嗱，好靚仔喎你啊！其實呢個muffin 咧，你可以用乜嘢擺落去咧？其實佢只係3個 carb 嘅啫喎 ，only 3 gram carbs。咁3個 carb 咧，你可以擺 ham 啦，擺bacon 啦，擺 broccoli 啦，擺cherry tomato 啦，又可以擺 spinach 啊，乜嘢擺落去得嘅。其實任你擺咗，即係你擺到中意嘅嘢，你擺落去焗，咁有意續，其實即係10零分鐘搞掂嘅東西，咁都係焗咧，要20分鐘啦。咁好簡單嘅 ，so it's so easy to make. It's a very nourishing breakfast because it is what? It is a breakfast with 3 gram carbs, a lot of protein because a lot of eggs, help you to build muscles, and also is a lot of vegetables because we put spinach in there or put broccoli in there. It's excellent for your health. So let's see how this is going to go. So I get one of these and then flip it over the plate like that, okay? And then all you do just open it up this way, and guess what? Wow! You know what? This is like an actual muffin. Now you can actually turn the muffin up over here too to get it nice, and then you can put some berry here too to make it wonderful. So I will try a little bit. You can see how it looks like. How wonderful it is! It's beautiful. 嗱，其實好易做咗出嚟，彈咗肉嗰個 muffin 出嚟之後咧，咁咧你可以擺啲 berry 啊啲嘢落去就好靚仔嘅，可以擺strawberry 一齊側邊啦。咁食咧又好容易食嘅，咁啊睇下好唔好食先。嗱，裏邊就咁樣嘅，睇下幾靚仔 ，so nice. Inside is how good it is. OK， 好靚，好容易做。嗱，我試下咪先。啊，好香啊 ，very fragrant。Wow, it's very delicious. Wow, this is very good breakfast. Don't get your stomach to be empty. Build some protein. You will keep your blood sugar always constantly good, but this is truly delicious. So, Angela, I will see you next week. 嗱，各位朋友，呢個真係十分好食，有意做，大概咧係大概10分鐘 preparation 準備功夫，然後之後咧焗埋晒25分鐘，哇，半個鐘頭咧就十分靚仔，同埋咧可以擺 strawberry 喺側邊啊。哇！裝飾又靚，又容易做，又好食。咁你埋整一個咧，成家都係食到幾好啊 ！OK， so Angela Lowsutea President， 下個禮拜再見，拜拜。Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this, webinar. And basically, we have some questions which we'll try to answer. 多謝各位朋友可以希望你各位試下，因為呢個真係好正嘅，好正嘅好正嘅即係嘅 recipe。咁啊，第一啦，so there was some question from our very good friend Eugene. Basically, we say, is it a spring onion? Actually, what we use is green onion. You can use other onion too, actually. But we like green onion because it's easier to get and is also tastier. So green onion is good. Spring onion is good, but green onion is actually even tastier because somehow it's a little more Asian looking. And so that's why I use green onion. So the answer to the question is green onion is good. Spring onion is okay too. But I just like green onion is better. 所以如果係葱咧，就我覺得好食啲，係香啲嘅，所以應該用個葱。但係如果你話 spring onion 都 OK 嘅，但係我就用葱啫 ，OK。咁仲有咧就what is the example of breakfast 30 to 35 gram carbs? Actually, you talk about one egg is actually about 1.1 gram carbs. So you have to have basically the recipe that you eat is about 2.5 eggs around there. So basically end up at 2.5, that's when you take about 3 gram carbs right there, right? 1.1 times 3 is 3.5, but I use 2.5, so about 2.53. So then you have all the other stuff like the, for example, the vegetable add up together is actually at the end of the day is less than 10 to 15 gram carbs. So it's a very delicious, but you also got add a couple more fruits like few grams of berry to make it nice. So net result, you have less than 20 gram carbs add together. If you eat 1 egg, 2 eggs, plus maybe a piece of bread, which is 9 gram carb, and maybe some fruits, will be very easy to reach 30 gram carbs. So basically, that's another very good choice. Now you see the earlier picture. I think over here, this picture, this one, for example, the avocado, some 2 eggs. So 2 eggs is already 3 grams, actually about 4 gram carbs. Some ham here, you have a little bit more than 5, 6, 7 gram. And then some vegetable add together. That could be about between 20 and 30 gram carb, depending on number amount of food you take. but that is a very delicious breakfast. It's very good. Now, English muffin is not really a good one because they use flour to make. However, you can actually buy English muffins with wheat muffins. So that might be better. You can look at the carbs in there. So you can assess whether this muffin is carb high or not. But if you have white flour English muffin, that is not a good breakfast. 嗱，各位同學，如果呢個 muffins 咧係英式 muffins 咧，佢如果係用白麵粉做咧就唔正仔，因為個 carbs 高嘅。依家有啲叫 wheat muffins 啊 ，English wheat muffin 咧就好嘅。咁你有問下嗰隻啊，咁睇下佢係咪好多碳水化合物，個 gram 係幾多啦 ？So the next question is, hey, what about if I'm fasting on lunch or dinner instead? How are that going to work out? Now, the really issue is if you're fasting during lunch, in other words, how much fasting you have. If you don't eat anything, you know what's going to happen is if you don't eat anything, your blood sugar become low. You'll be hunger strike, and then you're going to eat other stuff to compensate. A lot of times, that's when you're going to start eating more than you expected, like cookies, chips to satisfy hunger. That is not a good strategy. Same for dinner. So I will highly suggest, no matter what, if you said, I want to lower my carb intake, so don't take a lot of lunch, but you still need to take something. So I will highly suggest to take a lot of fiber, like vegetable, low sugar or low carbs dressing, make sure. So you have olive oil and vinegar. That will be very good. So take some of those so you at least fill up the stomach with fibers and something in there, not in the sense of fasting, zero food. That is not a good strategy. 嗱，各位同學有個問題咧，就話如果唔食嘢，晏晝晚餐係冇嘛，唔係咁正仔，因為你唔食嘢嘅時候，你會肚餓。肚餓嘅時候，你只係食翻其他多嘢，好啲，可以食翻呢個餅乾啊嗰啲，咁你咪一樣做翻餐。所以其實最好咧食晏晝，如果你唔想食咁多 carbs 嘅嘢咧。食好多生菜，全部生菜，同埋咧就唔好落 dressing。如果食 dressing 咧就 olive oil vinegar dressing 或者揾啲淨 vinegar 嘅 dressing， 咁你咪變咗係 OK， 亦都唔會有 carb， 但係亦都有啲營養喺度，有好多 fiber 令到成個肚都暖翻，咪咁 OK 啦。咁又 what type of how many carbs on your breakfast? Example egg and ham。嗱，好似 egg and ham 咧，呢個 carbs 嚟講咧，大概呢度大概 less than 30㗎啦，其實呢個。So the picture I showed is about less than 30 because you have talked about 3 to 5 gram carbs here, some vegetable, some avocado, and some ham. There's about 20 to 30, depends on the amount of carbs you put in there, so you can get that. Now, spaghetti is a low GI index, it's true, but there's also spaghetti is made by white powder, is no good. So you got to get wheat spaghetti, that was good, and the spaghetti actually have a so-called carbs on the package. So you got that spaghetti with lowest carbs. That would be a better choice. Because all spaghetti, when you buy it, it shows you how much gram carb per how many gram of spaghetti. So look into that, and you get to select a better low gram carb spaghetti. Not all spaghetti is the same because it all depends how they make. 嗱，各位同友，如果你買意米粉咧，其實有啲意粉咧唔係一定係好高 carb 㗎，或者有啲係好高 carb 嘅。咁你睇翻佢個袋嗰度咧，有幾多 gram 嘅 carb per 幾多 gram 嘅 spaghetti， 咁你就可以買嗰隻啦。So it's really important now, every time now, I think we'll alert everybody whenever you are buying food, you know what? You will be actually checking how many gram carbs you're taking. So enjoy your breakfast. It's an important thing for you. It will help you to set the entire day attitude. And I thank you very much for all my friends from Hawaii asking very good questions. I think the rest of the attendees always said that was real good. Actually, I have quite a few very good comments saying that, wow, this friend of yours always asks good questions, and he is very good. He asks very excellent questions. I appreciate that, Eugene. Appreciate you keep attend our webinar asking good questions. A lot of people actually do say that the question is highly related to them and much more clarify what they do. So keep up your question. I appreciate you, all of you in your busy Saturday attending our webinar and getting more knowledge. And I hope that you can continue to drink Lowsutea, lower your blood sugar, and maintain better health and enjoy life. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.